back. This is chapter 17, heat transfer. The heat from the sun reaches the head by the process called radiation. Option E. This one where heat is being transferred, but you can't actually see the medium or absence of medium. Heat is being transferred through a lack of medium or without a medium. Two closed vessels contain equal volume of boiling water and are identical except that one is blackened on the outside while the other is polished. Which of the following is correct? Number two is option. Let me see. Option B. No. The black surface will go faster because a black surface radiates heat faster than a polished one. Yes, right. Jot this down for me. Black surface absorb faster than a polished surface. Next line, black surface radiate faster than a polished surface. Number three, which of the following statement is correct? Heat loss due to radiation. Option D. They say the silver word of a vacuum flask are used to prevent heat loss due to radiation. Option D. Number four, heat may be transferred by conduction, convection, and radiation. By which of this method does heat travel through vacuum? Vacuum, meaning an empty space, right? Radiation only. So radiation is the heat transferred through a vacuum or through an empty space. Write that down. Option D. Option C, sorry, 4 is option C. Two copper calorimeter O and P have identical dimensions, but the outside of O is painted black while that of P is polished. That O, 9 go fear absorb heat more, 9 go still radiate heat more. The two are fitted with lids. After equal volume of boiling water has been added to them, they are then placed separately on a large metal table at a lower temperature. Several minutes later, the temperature of number 5 of P will be higher than that of O. Both will be O will be unchanged. O will be higher than that of P. The one at P will be higher because the O loses heat faster. Remember, so P will still be higher. Number 6. So number 5 is option B. Number 6 is a hot metal ball is suspended in the open air. As it cools, it loses its heat by convection and evaporation. Convection and evaporation. No, radiation. A hot metal ball, you suspend that for open air. By radiation. Number 6 is option C, radiation. 7. The mode of heat transfer which does not require material medium is radiation. So radiation is the mode of heat transfer that does not require material medium. You see, most of the questions are asking you about radiation. Write for me. Conduction, Conduction. Conduction is heat transfer across or through a material medium. Next, convection is heat transfer that occurs in fluid. Open bracket, gas or liquid, close bracket, and not solid. So conduction they happen for solid. Okay? While convection they happen for fluid. So 7, the mode of heat transfer which does not require material medium is radiation. Option B. 8, in which of the following are the substances arranged in descending order of their thermal conductivities? Number 8, steel, copper and glass. Steel, copper and glass. Option B. They say arranged in descending order. This one conducts heat more than this one, then this one least. So steel, copper and glass. 9, the vacuum in a thermos flask helps to reduce heat transfer by, they ask this question a lot, by convection and conduction. Option B. 10, which of the following phenomena explain the fact that a house whose roof is coated with a white paint will be cooler in the hot season than the one coated with a black paint? Number 10, right? Reflection. 10, D. 11, 10 is D. When heat is applied to one end of a metal rod, the molecule at the other end will soon begin to vibrate with greater amplitude than before because the heat has been transferred by conduction. 11 is C. Conduction. 11 is C. 12, which of the following statements are correct? Land and sea breeze are natural convection currents is correct. Then convection may occur in liquid or gases but not in solid. I and II. 12 is option A. 13, a room is heated by means of charcoal. An occupant in the room standing far away from the fire is warmed mainly by radiation. Option B. All right. So 12 is option A. 13, a room is heated radiation. 13 is B. 14, the space between the double glass wall of a thermoflask is evacuated and the two surfaces facing the evacuated space are sealed. The residue source of heat loss takes place by, we touched this one before already. Heat loss here would be by conduction through the stopper and the glass. Because see, the residual source of heat loss takes place by conduction through the stopper and the glass, because if they say the space between the double wall glass of the thermoflask is evacuated and the two surfaces facing the evacuated spaces are sealed, the way heat loss would happen now through option C. 14 is option C. 15, two similar kettles containing equal masses of boiling water are placed on a table. If the surface of one is highly polished and the surface of the other is covered with soot, which of the following observation is correct? 15, the kettle covered with soot cools down more quickly because it is a good radiator of heat. Option C. 15 has to do with calculation a bit. A well lag this maintained at this. What is the temperature point? The main reason for making the cover of a vacuum flask airtight is to prevent heat loss by the cover. The cover prevents heat loss by convection. Option D. 17. The radiator of a motor car is cooled by 18 is option radiation and conduction. Radiation and conduction. Radiation and conduction. Sorry. Convection. Option B. The radiator of a motor car is cooled by option B. Option B. 19. The time rate of loss of heat by a body is proportional to the difference in temperature between the body and its surrounding. 19 is option C. 20 has to do with calculation. Teapots are often silver coated to prevent heat loss by 21. To prevent heat loss by radiation only. 22. The thermoflask is designed to prevent heat loss by a lot of process. Prevent heat loss or gain by conduction, convection, and radiation. 22 is option C. 23. The blade of a hole, you know this hole they dig ground or clear grass, feels colder to touch in the morning than the wooden handle because the blade is a better conductor of heat than the handle. 24. In a good thermoflask, the main cause of heat loss is conduction through the cork. 25. A man standing 2 meters from a charcoal fire is warmed mainly by radiation. 26. Heat is radiated by all hot objects in the form of 26. Infrared rays. 27. Which of the following has no effect on radiation? 27. The density of the DC has no effect on radiation. Which of the following has no effect on radiation? Density. Heat is radiated by all hot objects in the form of infrared ray. Which of the following has no effect on radiation? 27. A perfect emitter or absorber of radiant energy is a black body. Option D. 28. 29. The ground is always cold at night because Earth radiates heat to the atmosphere at night. 30. The mechanism of heat transfer from one point to another through the vibration of molecule of a medium. I think this is conduction. Wait to 30. But conduction occurs in solid. Let me read this question again. The mechanism of heat transfer, one should always be careful because sometimes too. The mechanism of heat transfer from one point to another through the vibration of the molecules of the medium is which medium per se? Convection, we know, happens mainly is actually the movement of or the transferring of molecules. Okay, transferring of heat energy from one location to another in a fluid. Okay, radiation happens in a vacuum, while conduction occurs in solid. For conduction, heat is transferred through the particles. So this one, the mechanism of heat transfer from one point to another through the vibration of the molecules. Since we're talking about molecules, it's supposed to be convection, but conduction is the particles, like, because there is not really movement. Conduction, they say through the vibration, because conduction occurs in solid. Okay, and these particles, they would vibrate about their mean position, and the heat will be transferred by vibration. So we'll go with conduction. 31. Heat transfer by convection in a liquid is due to, you see, almost similar question. Expansion of the liquid as it is heated. Increased vibration of the molecule of the liquid about their mean position. Expansion. Some other person will say, so why you no pick increased vibration of the molecule of the liquid about their main position? See, this one are convection. It happens in fluid, liquid or gas. Expansion of the liquid as it is heated. This expansion here means the increase in volume. So if you put water for fire now, as the fire they hit the bottom of the pot, they hit the water where they first attached, where they touch that pot, the molecules they expand. As they expand, they will become less dense. Over time, they will move as they become less dense and less dense and less dense. The ones at the water at the top of those the water molecule at the top of the ones that are close to the pot, will start giving space for those ones to come up. So it's through expansion. 38. Ice wrapped in a gauze placed at the bottom of a tube filled with water remains unmelted when heat is applied to the top of the tube. This experiment shows what? Water is a bad conductor of heat. Water is a bad conductor of heat. 33. A room is heated by means of charcoal. Radiation. 33 is option B. Radiation. If you got into this point, well done. I asked for you to jot certain things. Hope you jotted those down. I want you to snap them and send to us on our group. I'm going to leave the link to the group in the description box of this video or in the comment section. If you have a question, you could also ask there. If you need clarification, you could type it there. And also be notified that we run classes to prepare students for entrance examinations O/A-level exams. You could also reach out to us from there to enroll. Thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video.